welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amanda and I'm a psychotherapist living and working in Lagos, Nigeria. How you doing? It's been a while since I recorded the video, almost like 2 months, and the past 2 months have been super crazy here in Nigeria. And that's part of the reasons why I will be discussing the topic I'll be talking about today. So if you don't know what's been happening, well, apart from the coronavirus, the young people of Nigeria, we're pretty much fed up with the government. The cost of living is increasing, bills are getting higher, our income isn't getting any better, there's great insecurity in the city, and especially the SARS team, that's the Special Anti-Robbery Squad that was created by the government to protect the Nigerian citizens from armed robbery, and now the ones perpetrating the same attacks on us. They kidnap people, rape, assault people, hold them against their will, murder some of them, and sell off their body parts. And this isn't just something that happens in Lagos, it happens all over the country. And we came out together the first week of October to protest against this maltreatment by this group, asking for the government to scrap out the SARS team, reform the police, give them better salaries, give them better welfare, and also deal with a few other issues that we mentioned in our 5 for 5 request. But rather than listen to the citizens, what the government did instead was to send out the soldiers to come down to Lagos and shoot many of us. And then this led into a lot of other rough people going around the city, causing damage, murdering some more people. Many businesses lost their shops because they were vandalized. It was just a mess. Something that started from very peaceful protests ended up becoming so violent and bloody. And even till today, we're still fighting because the government is trying to shut down social media and make it difficult for us to speak up about what makes us unhappy. So because of all the incidents that have happened, a lot of people are dealing with the trauma, trying to cope with it, and it's been difficult for them. Going to bed, waking up, navigating the world, even for me as well, it's been tricky. Some days are a lot better than others. Some days I'm happy and chipper. Other days, all I just want to do is sleep or cry or just, be in bed. So there's a mixture of grief and a lot of anxiety and fear. And it isn't just Nigeria that's going through the same civil unrest. It's Zimbabwe, it's Namibia, I can't remember all of them at the moment, but many African countries now are protesting against police brutality. They're protesting against high cost of living. Cameroon as well. Recently, we're watching on the news that armed men walked into a school and shot many children as they were in school. So Africa, we've been going through it, and now we're even going through it some more. So if you know that you are a Nigerian somewhere or an African anywhere in the world and you're watching this, I'm asking that you educate yourself about what's going on in the different African countries and find ways that you can be able to support bodies and activists that are using their voice and their time and their effort to support the people on ground and make sure that they're taken care of, protected, or that the demands that they're looking for actually are heard. So what I can do is provide mental health support. Here in Nigeria, there are many bodies that are providing mental health support for protesters, for people who were injured, and for people who have been unlawfully incarcerated but ended up getting released and are trying to fit back into the society. So if you're looking for any kind of mental health support, don't worry about money. A lot of it is free. Support groups are available. One-on-one therapy sessions are available. I would leave all of the information in the description box for you so that you can check it out and contact them and receive the mental health care that you need. Okay, what I'm going to talk about is how to deal with anxiety. I recently did a video on my Instagram page. If you're not following me, it is at n.d.i.d.i, that's at NDD. And I did a short 40-minute video. 40 minutes is not short, but I did a video that talks about how to cope with the trauma. And knowing that the event happened in October, I did a video that educates them about what acute stress disorder is and how to cope with it, how to take care of yourself, and many people found it very helpful. So if after November 20th comes, which is a month after the event happened, then any other person who's still experiencing the symptoms of anxiety and the effects of trauma and are unable to sleep or take care of themselves, I will do another video about PTSD. I will either do it here on my YouTube channel or I will do it on Instagram Live. But just make sure that you are following me on Instagram so you can be aware. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do well to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you can know when I release new videos, okay? So if you're just joining me for the first time, I talk about depression, anxiety, PTSD, existential crisis, and grief. And if you've seen any of my other videos, they have been majorly about depression and grief. And today I'll be talking about anxiety. I will make another video that goes into more detail about what anxiety is and what causes it and what the symptoms are. But for now, I really just want to focus on how you can take care of yourself, because this is the information that a lot of people are looking out for. So now the first way that you can help yourself when you're feeling anxious or you're about to have a panic attack is by practicing a grounding technique. And I usually work with my clients who have PTSD and who have severe anxiety. This has been very helpful for them, and even for me as well. Whenever I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack and the world is closing up on me, I usually just take off my shoe and I walk on the ground, and that helps me calm down a bit. But when you use the grounding technique, what it does is it helps you to activate all of your senses and brings you down to present time, instead of your mind being in a space where you're obsessing over the past and worrying about the future. So when you try the grounding technique, what this involves is you identifying 5 things in your environment that you can see, 4 things that you can touch, 3 things that you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. So when you start to feel yourself having a panic attack, just remember 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 things I can see in my environment, 4 things I can touch in my environment, 3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, and 1 thing that I can taste. You can also try splashing water on your face, walking on the ground like I said, or even just drinking hot tea, or even a very cold beverage. But the goal of these things is to ground you, that is to bring you down to present time, okay? The second way you can help yourself when you're having a panic attack is to breathe deeply. Now, the process of breathing deeply follows thus. First, you breathe in through your nose and you hold your breath for about 3 seconds or 2 seconds, depending on how well you can do it. And then you slowly release the air from your mouth. I will do a video that guides you through deep breathing exercises just to help you understand how to breathe deeply. Okay, so now to walk you through the deep breathing process again, you take a deep breath into your nose, and you hold it for 2 to 3 seconds, maybe 3 to 4 seconds, depending on you. And then you slowly release it through your mouth. So what I prefer to do is I count like 3 seconds to inhale and 3 seconds to hold, and then 4 seconds to release. And then you breathe out of your mouth. And you keep doing it, continuously repeating it until you feel calm. So if you feel like you're about to have a panic attack, or you're feeling very anxious before an interview, before you walk into anywhere, or even just when you're walking on the road and you see the popo and your heart starts racing, because that happens to me, doing the deep breathing exercise can be very helpful. So the next way you can help yourself cope with anxiety is doing a progressive muscle relaxation. Now, what that means is that whilst you're breathing deeply, you're also relaxing the muscles in your body. You'd be so surprised how sometimes you're carrying tension in your shoulder, you're carrying tension in your legs, you're carrying tension in your knees or your feet. I prefer to do this when I'm about to go to bed and I'm lying down, because then I can really just relax every part of my body. But you can also do it sitting on a chair, and also you can do it standing. So what that means is that when you take your deep breath in and you're releasing, you're making sure that you're checking, okay, fine, let me relax my head, let me relax my shoulder, let me check with my chest, let me check with my waist, let me check with my thighs, let me check with my feet, my knees. Is there anywhere I'm carrying tension? So as you're releasing the air, you're progressively relaxing each part of your body. So you breathe in, you breathe out, and you relax. You start from your head, you relax your head, you relax your neck, you relax your shoulder, you relax. So that means you're going to be deep breathing over and over again until you've gone through your entire body. The next thing that you can do to help yourself cope with anxiety is journaling. And I was on a call recently, on a Zoom call, where people were talking about how they feel after the NSAS protest and the shootings that happened in Lagos and have happened in other parts of Nigeria. And another therapist was on, and she mentioned something called a worry journal. So she said worry journaling. I can't remember the particular term she used, but what she said was that when she works with her clients, she tells them that they should journal specifically about the things that are causing them worry. And I'd recommend that for you as well. When you can't sleep or you're feeling anxious about anything, it's good to get these thoughts out of your head. You can either record it using a voice recorder or you can write it in a notebook for yourself. But just getting out all those feelings from your mind and from your head and then putting them down and out can help to reduce the feeling of anxiety and also the tension that you're having within you. So journaling is a really good way of coping with anxiety. The fifth way that you can do this is to listen to something that can calm you down. Maybe music, maybe an audiobook, maybe a podcast, but just listen to something to distract you from the things that are making you anxious. So you just put up your earphones, tune into a song that you like, that you know would either uplift your mood or calm you down, and just play it and listen to it. Another way you can also help yourself is to recite affirmations. And these affirmations can help you to relax, saying things to yourself like, I'm calm, I'm in control. I usually teach my clients to do the breathing exercises with affirmations as well. So when you take a deep breath in and you hold your breath, you repeat like 3 affirmations, which is I am amazing, I'm calm, I'm in control, and then relaxing yourself when you release it. You can practice those affirmations with or without the breathing exercises, right? Now, the next tip that I can recommend for you to cope with anxiety is to take time off work or everything. Going off of social media has been very helpful for me. So take time off of social media, take time off of socializing and having the conversations that trigger you, take time off of work, even if it's for a day or a few hours, if you have the chance to, and just check out from everything. There's this feeling of guilt that has been coming up whenever people want to check out because they think they need their voice to be there. But the truth is, you can't help people if you're tired, and you can't help if you're mentally ill. We need you to be okay for you to do the work that is required of you. And the battle that we're fighting with this government is not just a physical one, it's also a psychological warfare. I mean, look at how much they've gaslit us over the past couple of days about the Lekki massacre. So it is important for you to check out sometimes and take breaks and just, be with nature or just be by yourself on your own, removed from the world for a day or two until you feel strong again to reconnect. Don't worry, the rest of us will be holding down the fort. And when you're ready to come back, then we will take our own breaks so that you can then do the fighting for us, okay? Now, the next tip to cope with anxiety is to make sure that you're speaking to a therapist. Like I mentioned before, I would leave down information in the description box that can help you seek mental health support, either in a support group or with a therapist or a counselor. There are so many counselors and groups that are willing to offer free mental health support to Nigerians and even people anywhere in the world, really, that need the help and need the support. So please reach out to a therapist, book a session, speak to a counselor, or join a support group that would be very helpful to you. Now, the next tip is taking care of your physical health. If you go to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a therapist and they recommend that you take drugs, like you need to be on drug therapy to cope with your anxiety, start taking your meds. And as you're taking your meds, make sure you're watching to see if the meds are affecting you the right way. If you're having side effects, you can speak to your therapist or your psychiatrist about it so they can change your meds for you, okay? Now, the next thing is taking care of your body, which is making sure that you're exercising. I try to tell my clients, like, even if it's 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of jogging on the spot, 5 minutes of jumping jacks, 5 minutes of doing a push-up, pull-up, just exercising is very helpful. Doing yoga as well is also very helpful. Make sure you're stretching. It can help to release stress and tension in different parts of your body that you're not aware of. And it also releases special chemicals into your body that can help to uplift your mood. Exercise is a really good antidepressant and can also be a really good anti-anxiety medication. So make sure that you're exercising daily. 5 times a day is really good. The next thing is to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. At least 7 to 9 hours of rest every night. Sleeping for 3 hours or 4 hours is not going to be good for you. So please make sure that you're getting about 7 to 9 hours of rest every night so that you can wake up the next morning refreshed and having the strength to be able to deal with the challenges that the day is going to throw at you. Avoid eating junk food and processed food. Right now, everyone wants to just stuff their face with like burger, beef, cake, biscuits, and eat cornflakes. They just want to eat things that are not healthy for them. So if you know you have healthy stuff like shrimps and beef and vegetables, please do well to eat healthy. Take out time to cook vegetable-filled, proteinous food and fibrous food for yourself so that you can eat well and your body has all the nutrients that it needs so they can be able to help you as you're trying to deal with your anxiety. It is important that you reduce the amount of carbs and processed food in your diet and increase the amount of vegetable, proteinous, and fiber-filled food so that your body is healthy and strong. The next tip that you can do to help your physical body is to reduce the amount of caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol that you're taking in. If you know you like coffee, taking coffee when you have anxiety is not helpful. It's only going to make it worse. If you know you're a smoker, reduce the amount of sticks you smoke and gradually stop smoking because it's not good for your health. If you also take alcohol, now is not the time for you to start taking a lot of it because that's only going to distract you from your pain rather than dealing with it. Now, the final tip I will give you is really, if you can get a pet, that can be very helpful. Cats are really good pets to help you, relax because they're not stressful. Having a dog as well can be helpful. Having a plant can be helpful. Just having something that you can be able to focus your nurturing energy towards can help you cope with anxiety. So those are the tips that I have for you about coping with anxiety, and I do hope it has been helpful and useful. There are so many other ways that you can cope, but if I start to mention everything, this video is going to be like 20 minutes and I don't want it to be that long. But if you want all of those information, you have to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and you have the notification bell turned on. Thank you so much for watching this video. Take good care of yourself. Don't forget to go to the description box to get mental health support from any of the available mental health support groups that I will be putting down there. And I would see you in 2 weeks. Bye.